Hi YouTube! Today I wanted to show you how I plan to use my house planner. I originally wasn't going to make this video, but after filming my 2024 planner lineup video, which you can check out if you want, I thought it would be nice to organize my thoughts and ideas on how I plan to use Hobonichi Cousin for my 2024 house planner. This year I am using Hobonichi Cousin avec because I really started using a planner for home starting this June. So this avec starts in July, but it gives you June monthly calendar. The weekly and daily start in July, but the monthly it actually starts in June. So I thought I could start getting hang of what kind of things I want to put down on this planner. So I'll compare how my planning will change and what I will carry on over from this year. So looking into the planner, I really don't have any kind of use for this page. I never really use these kind of pages for any of the planners I use. I'll just use them for references. And these yearly spreads. This year I am using them for habit trackers, especially for my dogs. So things like brushing their teeth, going on walks, that kind of stuff. And I plan to continue to do that, but add more habits like vacuuming, running dishwasher, things I would do every day. So that's how I plan to use this section up here. Down here, I plan to use it for plants. I always wanted to get gardening set up. And one of my New Year resolutions is going to be start gardening, but I'm a total new beginner at that, so I want to write down what I would have to do on a seasonal or monthly scale here. I don't plan to plant many things this year because I don't want to overwhelm myself, so I think this place here will be more than enough. Turning the page, so Hobonichi Cousin starts with December for monthly, so it gives you one previous month, which I appreciated for avec because I started planning in June. But for next year, I will finish off my December on the current planner that I'm already using, so I don't really have a usage for this spread. Instead, my idea is to write like a yearly overview for my gardening here. I will make a spread myself, print it, and just paste over this page. One thing I wish Hobonichi had more of is blank pages, both in the front and in the back, so I can create my own spread. So I figured this is a page I won't use. Why not repurpose it rather than letting it go to a waste? Then some monthly spreads for 2024, which I plan to get a thorough usage out of. In my current planner, I track all my monthly bills and mortgages on the sidebar right here. In the beginning of the month, I would write down all the bills that I have to pay and leave actually one grid space blank between each item so I can write down when I paid it and how much. That was a super easy way for me to see a pattern and catch if something was off. So things like internet bill stays the same every month, but something like electricity, which changes every month, is nice to get a pattern easily. On the monthly calendar here, I use it kind of like an index, kind of like big events list. On the dailies, which I will get into in a bit, I write down everything, minor, major, anything that happened regarding the house and my dogs. So if I just use this as my index, then all the important things that I want to point out will be drowned out by so much other information. So I only write big ticket items and things that I want to keep track of, like when I gave meds to my dogs, that kind of stuff. On the bottom section here, I didn't really use it much this year because A, I don't have a really good idea of what I'm going to write down here, and B, space is not always even. Like on September, there's one extra day spilling over to this section, but this year I do have a general idea what I want to use this section for. I haven't thought of a concrete way to execute it yet, but my idea is I want to write down plant growth tracking, like a report of how they're doing. If there are any like plant moms out there, let me know how you track your plant growth. Give me some ideas because I do want to track my plant growth in a monthly basis versus in the December spread I'll be just writing like yearly, like overall what I learned, what I need to get better at, any tips and tricks, that kind of things. I'm very new to this whole plant thing, so I don't have that much clue. And then for the weeklies, And then for the weeklies, I completely ignore the timeline. I time block on my Hobonichi weekly supplements, so I don't need to time block into different places. Instead, I write my to-dos that I need to get down around the house and for my dogs. And I divide the page right where the midnight mark is, and this section on the bottom is for writing cleaning to-dos. I do not enjoy cleaning, so I can never do one of those big cleaning days. Instead, what I do is a little bit of cleaning every single day, so when I have to do a deep cleaning, it's not a whole day project. And then on the sidebar, I am currently using to write down bigger tasks that I have to do or things I just have to watch out for that I don't necessarily have the specific date I have to do on. But for the past month, I've been just breaking big tasks into smaller ones and writing in the weekly section, and that has actually worked better for me. So I don't really have a great idea on how to use the sidebar. So if you have any suggestion, let me know in the comments. I really don't like wasting this space, but I just don't have anything to write down there. I meal plan in my personal planner, habits I track in the yearly sections. I don't know what else is there to write down. I'm open for any and all ideas, just let me know. Moving on to the dailies. Oh no, before moving on to the dailies, there is a section that has just 2 blank grid pages. Here I plan to write my cleaning tracker. So what I want to clean quarterly, monthly, weeklies, and daily spaces. This year I've been just cleaning based on what feels like it needs to be cleaned. But for next year, I plan to have more thorough plan of action. I'm not sure if that would take the entire 2 full pages, but in case it does, I allocated this whole space. If I don't need the second page, I can just always turn it into a code page and put decorations on it. So now to the dailies. Before each month starts, it gives you a monthly title page is what I call it, and I plan to write just monthly reviews here. So this will stay blank throughout the month, and at the end of the January I will come back to this place and just write what worked in the house, what needs fixing in the house. So when I plan for the next month, I have a general idea of big items I need to get done and start planning on it. On the dailies, I completely ignore the time block here again and the priority boxes here. I just kind of use this whole space for journaling. So I write down every big and small things that happen that day in details. So I love all this space because it gives you all the space I need to get as detailed as I need to be. And I don't mind if some days I don't write it all the way to the bottom. I don't mind if some days I don't even write anything down. Actually, that was the reason I originally planned to use Common Planner A5 for my house planner. I didn't want to waste daily pages because there are days that nothing happens. But I decided to go with the Cousin because seeing the empty days in contrast highlights the days that something did happen, if that makes sense. So even if I were to use Common Planner, I would have dated the dailies anyways. Actually, another reason why I was planning to use Common Planner for 2024 house planner was because of the goal pages. I'll show you in my B6 Common Planner, like this goal pages for my gardening planning section. But I don't know if all this space for a plant newbie was a bit scary. I'll use the Cousin next year and then see if I need more space in the gardening. Then I might switch out to the Common Planner because then I can just buy the date stickers and then just date it. Going all the way to the back, I plan to use these grid pages for finance tracking. On the first page, I will write down all the bills I have to pay because some of them are not bi-monthly, most of them are, but I always forget the one that comes every other month or even every 3 months. So I want to have a complete list of all the bills I have to pay and also note which ones are automatic and which ones I have to pay myself. On the second page, I plan to write out mortgages, which include taxes, insurance, that kind of stuff. On the third and fourth, I help manage house for another person, so I plan to write the same info as me, but for them. And then I can have extra note page. For the timetable, I'm actually thinking of writing watering schedule for the plant. So I can have 14 different watering schedule. I think that should be enough, right? Or is that too much? Some of the back pages, I have no idea what I'm going to do with. Like this grid paper, what am I supposed to do with it? On the direction, it says track daily weight or other ongoing changes, but there's not enough space to do that for every day of the month on this side. So I have no idea. Maybe I can just ignore everything and just use it as an extra note page. If anyone is making a usage out of this graph paper, let me know what you use it for, because I have no idea. I just ignored it this year, which I really don't want to do, but I don't know. And then my favorites, I will just use as is. And my 100. So my original plan was to use it as a bucket list of things to do in 2024 because I was originally going to use the Cousin as my personal planner. But now that I changed to my house planner, instead thinking I can write down shopping lists for the house. I know that's not as fun as the bucket list, but some of the bigger things I want to buy for the house, like a beanbag chair or a new table, takes a bit longer to find just the right one. So I want to write them down so I don't forget that I wanted them. Interview with myself. This section I plan to use as is, but I'm going to ask my family members to fill it out. I heard this idea somewhere in YouTube. I completely forgot from who and I cannot remember for the life of me. So credit to that person that I can't remember, but I thought that was such a cute idea, so I'm just gonna copy that idea. And then the words to remember and the 365 days checkoff sheet. Again, I don't know what I'm gonna be using these for. Especially since next year we have 366 days, right? Because it's a leap year. So I don't know why they didn't change that, but I don't know. You get one free day, I guess. The gift section, I do plan to use it for my Christmas shopping. So this will stay empty until end of next year. And for the addresses, I know a lot of people find it useless because they use their phone, which I did too, but I just want to write down a couple of important contacts down, like I don't know, lawn company and things like that, so I have a quick access to it. I can always Google it, but sometimes you just want a quick list. And the personal notes, I never really fill it out, so I'm assuming it's going to be the same for the next year. So that was all the ways I'm going to use this planner for my house planner in 2024. Looking at my outside decoration, I have it in the Midori A5 clear cover, which be careful when you buy it because I bought a slimmer size by accident, which fits the Avec really well, but not the full ear one. I will link the clear cover I bought for the Cousin in the description if you want to buy clear cover as well. I also bought this A5 cover from Hobonichi and it's inside the cover on cover, so everything is very shiny and reflective. I currently don't have a plan to use it in this cover yet because my house planner will just stay in the house. It's not really going anywhere, so I don't think it will get that dirty. Plus this cover makes it so much chunkier and I don't like it, but in case I change my mind, I do have a cover handy. And this cover has so much storage, 6 card holders, and I have the original cards that came with the planner inside, and these 2 smaller packets that I'm not really sure what you can put in here, and this huge packet here. So I feel like you can store like stickers in here. And the other side also has another packet. So there's plenty of stuff to put all your loose papers, stickers, cards, etc. And on the back, this zipper opens up. So you can put more things in here, I guess. And lastly, the 2 pen loops that you can use to either keep the planner closed or just to carry 2 pens around with you. Actually, I wonder if this would fit my bullet journal. So this is my current 2023 bullet journal, and I want to see if this would fit it. Ooh, it can! I might have actually found a usage for this cover. I am very excited. It fits so nicely. Because I do bring my bullet journal with me when I travel, but I do not like getting it banged up and dirty. But I think I can just put it in this case. And it's nice. That's really nice. Okay. And there's plenty of space even with the bullet journal inside. But I don't think you can use the pen loop to keep it closed. Or let me try. Or maybe you can. Okay. Not perfect, but you kind of can. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's awesome. It's a nice discovery that I made today. I literally just came up with this just now. Okay, so back to my house planner. And that's it for today. I hope you liked it and hopefully you got some ideas for your own house planner if you use it. And I will see you next week. Bye!